20 most hated things in Fortnite Season 2. When the web slingers were added last season, they instantly became the most loved Fortnite item of all time, and for good reason. There was literally a meme about Fortnite having better web slinging than a $60 Avengers game, and I mean, come on, look at this! Epic really showed how much passion and time was spent on these, but now the most popular mythic in Fortnite has been deleted, and it's simply because it was a crossover. Every collab-themed item never stays, so while we won't see them return for a while, it's at least not forever. While Epic removed everyone's favorite item, we got new info about why our favorite dino was also vaulted, and that's because he might have died. We're all still reeling from the loss of our beloved Colombo. While at first we all thought he might have just gone into hibernation, I have made a terrifying discovery. You can find these craters all over the Season 2 map, and if you compare them to these spawn points of Colombo, you can see that they are incredibly close. At first I thought it was a coincidence, and then I looked at this loading screen and zoomed in on the bottom right. Is this a Colombo skeleton in the ground? It clearly isn't the Caddis monster, and I mean, there's no way this could be anything else. The IO has killed Colombo. Poor Colombo only lasted 2 months, and now it looks like he may never return. So therefore, anyone who supported the imagined order is now public enemy number 1. So with the IO exterminating Colombo using their new artillery, me and all my homies now hate tanks. Now that we have to rely on running and taking cover, tanks have become a massive threat in Fortnite, and the community is split over how they feel about it. On one hand, a lot of players dislike the tanks and think they're a little bit too overpowered, especially at close range. I mean, they got a good point. Imagine sitting in a building and suddenly a tank bursts through the door. It's terrifying. For the other side of the community, they feel that tanks are perfect. Their cannons don't really do that much damage, and the people riding on top are easy targets, especially if you shoot the yellow box on the front. And just imagine once building comes back, tanks will be even weaker. Everything in Fortnite has its pros and cons, but something that has the entire community split is building being removed. When Epic revealed that our new season was going to be war-themed, a lot of players anticipated things like tanks or blimps. But then it was revealed on launch day that building was disabled for over a week. This has never happened before, and it's probably one of the most insane experiments Epic has ever done. Building is the very core mechanic of Fortnite. I mean, without it, we were just playing night. You'd think it'd be as simple as pros wanting it back and casuals liking no builds, but it's really not. There are diehard players who have spent years playing Fortnite and say it feels fresh, and the same goes for content creators. Then we have the people who have spent years mastering building who are seriously disappointed that it's been removed. Even just for a week, it has completely ruined the game for them. Now, it seems pretty likely there will be a no builds LTM at the end of this, but hopefully it'll actually give you wins and not just be a side mode. What is certain is that this experiment is going to change the game forever. There's yet another huge controversy, and it's over Season 2 map changes. When it comes to new seasons of Fortnite, the maps can be hit or miss. Sometimes the entire island will feel completely different, whereas other versions look a little too similar. Some players think there was a lot more potential for map changes this season, because it feels like all Epic did was re-theme some buildings and slap some blimps on top of POIs. But while I can agree, we should be a little bit more patient, because in Season 1, we got huge new POIs in the middle of the season, like Covert Cavern, so maybe map changes will appear in the next few weeks. Something that is driving everyone crazy this season, though, is campers. We've always had to put up with bush campers in Fortnite, but now that building is gone, it feels like camping is starting to become essential. A lot of players are getting scared of running into open fields, and instead spend most of their game hiding in buildings, camping in cars or tanks, and of course, bushes. Now, thankfully, this will be a temporary problem, as once building comes back, there won't be a huge need to camp anymore. But another thing the community is begging to be addressed is the adjustment of SMGs. The new combat SMG has replaced the machine pistol from Season 1, and people are loving it. Right now, it's one of the most used guns of the season, but this has also created one gigantic problem. Because the current loophole has given us weaker assault rifles, we've had to rely on the SMGs for all of our combat, and fans are starting to pull out their hair. Hopefully, when the new pump shotgun comes out, this problem will be naturally solved, but for now, the community isn't happy with all the spam. But when we asked you guys what your biggest problem with Season 2 was, an overwhelming amount of you said the crowns problem. As you know, every time you get a Crown Royale, it adds a point to the exclusive emote. But for some reason, Epic decided to reset everyone's totals this season, so if you spend weeks grinding, all your effort is now completely wasted. Now, to be fair, in the description it does say this season's wins, so you can't really blame Epic for this one, but maybe a permanent win counter could be added in the future. But a problem that we were all expecting had to do with the live event. At this point, it's pretty normal for us to have one live event every 2 seasons. For all of Chapter 2, this was the case, and coming into Chapter 3, it also looks like it'll be true. A lot of players are disappointed that there wasn't a live event for Season 1, especially after all the build-up to the finale of the season. We had drills, earthquakes, the Caddis monster, and the IO appearing all around the island. It seemed like something big was about to happen, and then nothing. It does feel like all the teasers and cinematics had to be completely reworked due to all the stuff happening in the world right now. And so with that context, it felt like it was unavoidable. Something that could still be changed though is shotguns. There are quite a lot of shotties in Season 2, from the auto shotgun to the striker pump, but the one that everyone is complaining about is the drum shotgun. The community has always disliked the drum, as it's hard to counter and pretty devastating up close, and now that you can't build, all you can do is fight back and risk dying or just shockwave away. So hopefully the new shotgun that's releasing soon will turn the tides. I guess we'll have to wait and see. There are also way too many guards around the map right now. Not only is building disabled, but every fight is made harder by third-partying IO guards and bosses. I mean, you can't avoid them. I get aimbotted every single game. Now usually you can fight them off, but without builds, these guards literally have 100% accuracy on you from across the map, and it's driving everyone crazy. And what really sucks is that the MK7 has been removed. When the MK dropped last season, it had everybody freaking out. A first-person sight with basically no bloom? We had never seen anything like it before, and it quickly became one of the community's favorite assault rifles of all time. No surprise, we're all disappointed to see that it has been replaced with a burst in Season 2. Lucky for us, this one might have a happy ending, as soon you'll be able to vote to bring back the MK7 through funding stations. So with all of these new features being added, some of the old stuff isn't making sense. And a big thank you to Dark Nemesis for sponsoring this video. Yes, I officially entered the multiverse and downloaded Dark Nemesis, an incredible mobile gaming experience that has insane 3D visuals and graphics. I mean, look at this. Yo, look at that animation. All right, I think the warrior is probably gonna be the one for me. Wow, this is incredible. Oh, that is so satisfying to kill people. We saved you, Lena. An organized attack. Ha, feel my blade. Yo! Play anytime, anywhere with your friends or even other players to fight against hundreds of people in their Battle Royale mode so you can be the last person standing. You can also check out the 5v5 or 10v10 modes, and that's not even getting to their weapon system. This is a spirit, which is basically an in-game mount that you level up. You can also have wings that have multiple different styles and even companions for people like me who don't got a lot of friends, okay? Click the top link in the description to download Dark Nemesis today and use the code WINGSNOW. Don't forget to check out their event, and if you post a video about it, use hashtag Dark Nemesis for a chance to win gift cards or in-game rewards. But now back to the video. So let's break down the big problem with Fortnite's map design. Once building comes back, no builds are almost guaranteed to be an LTM, and once that happens, some adjustments definitely need to be made. Right now, it's pretty obvious the Fortnite island was designed for building. There are tons of wide open areas with no rocks or trees, and so we have room to build. But if we get an LTM, we need ways to take cover and somehow get up mountains without builds. This will make a huge difference for better overall fights and defending against third parties. And you gotta admit, a lot of the complaints about Season 2 are actually quite small in comparison to the other seasons. I mean, people love what Epic's done. But of course, there will always be things that need addressing, like the llama problem. A lot of Season 2's issues are directly caused by the removal of building, and they shouldn't be a problem once it comes back. Like llamas, now that builds are gone, it is really hard to eliminate them in time. You either need to waste a lot of ammo or use a tank, because you can't box them in anymore. You also can't stoke campfires. Unfortunately, campfires are really helpful when it comes to healing, and now you can't stoke them with builds, which sucks, especially in squads. But hopefully the return of building will also fix an issue that the player base is suffering from, where it's simply too hard to find people right now. You could spend forever looting up and walking around the map without finding other players, and it's mostly because you can't see the ginormous build fights in the distance. Now, a good side effect of this is that matches last longer, but gameplay can feel really slow now. We have all kinds of mobility to try and fix this, like cannons, but even those are a problem in Season 2. We love them, but just like in Chapter 1, they could be unreliable. Players are being sent to places they never even aimed at, so hopefully Epic fixes this one because it's not the only thing glitching around. Vehicles can also be super bugged in Season 2. We've all seen cars glitching onto the map, nothing new, but for some reason this season it's happening more than usual. Last season this clip went viral of a car getting stuck under the map. With Epic adding this Easter egg of the car stuck to joke about that clip, it's a little more ironic because of how it got even worse. And if we missed something, let us know in the comments. This video is all about constructive criticism, and while we don't personally hate everything we mentioned, we want to make sure everyone gets a voice in case Epic watches these. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.